Hey everybody, after a nice long holiday break, I am so excited to be back here making another video about Lancaster. It brings me great joy to do this, and I hope it brings you some too. So today we're going to talk about Lancaster in the winter, and there are still some really great things you can do in the winter. Just make sure you check the websites of these places before you head over there, because it's always changing right now with COVID, and just to be aware of their procedures and their restrictions and the hours and days, which can change as well. First of all, I'm going to go through the classics really quickly that you can do all year long in Lancaster. Some of the mainstay options in Lancaster are eating at their many plentiful, wonderful restaurants, even the specialty food shops. There's shopping all over the place, both local and the bigger outlet centers. Just getting away for the weekend at some great lodging options for a peaceful getaway is always a great idea. There are also tours going on, so taking a guided tour is an option right now. And even though most of the live stage theaters are closed, at least until February and March, there are some that are still open. The Magic and Wonder Show is one of them, and then Sight and Sound is going to reopen their Esther showing on February 12th. And then because it's considered an essential business, all the farmers markets are open, they just have varying hours, so again, check with them before you head over. Okay, on to some stuff you may not know is going on in Lancaster right now. The first mentioned, and probably one of the most popular events in Amish country during the entire year, are mud sales. And these are way cooler than they sound. They are basically Amish-run markets and auctions, and they raise money for the various fire departments across the county. They are typically held each weekend from the end of February until April, but of course this year is different. Here is a list of the 3 mud sales that are on according to the Discover Lancaster website. Unfortunately, only one's in winter right now, but that could change. So you need to keep checking with Discover Lancaster and just checking the website. They're going to keep updating it as to what is open and what is not. At these mud sales, you're going to find tons of locally made items like Amish-made quilts, furniture, antiques, housewares, crafts, food, lots of food, and even livestock. And you're not going to find a more popular event to mingle with the Amish than a mud sale, because they are everywhere. This is what they do for the community. So it's an Amish-run event, and they are literally selling you items. They're shopping with you. They're rubbing shoulders with you. So if you want to mingle with the Amish, this is a great place to go. I went to a mud sale in Gordonville years ago, and actually that's where I got my first Amish-made quilt. And I will tell you, you have a better chance of spending less money at a mud sale on a quilt than you probably will in any store. Okay, moving on to another event that may surprise you is open during the winter. It is the Strasbourg Railroad, and they do have rides going on the weekends in the winter. Personally, I think it'd be awesome to get on a train ride when there's a blanket of white snow all over the beautiful landscape of Lancaster. But they do have indoor cars to stay warm in for a regular ride, and they have dining cars and special events like wine and cheese rides, so check their website for all that information. Next up is something I just discovered, and it can truly be labeled the coolest mention on this list because it is the Lidditz Ice Walk. They typically do this over a weekend, but they have changed it this year for COVID to kind of stretch it out over a week and a half. At this event, you will see beautiful ice sculptures, and they will produce a new one every few days around the town of Lidditz. And Lidditz is a great town to visit anyway. It's very quaint and pretty, and they have really neat shops and restaurants. Next up is the Strasbourg Scooters, and it may surprise you that they are still open and running, but they are. They are offering the Country Road Excursion Tour out of Burnham, so this would be a really fun activity if it was a nice, not super cold day, just a mild, chill day. I think that'd be really fun. Now I get to talk about something new I just discovered on the Discover Lancaster website, and I trust them, so I think it'd be a good thing to recommend. It's a tour company called Lucal Experiences. They are a tour company running out of Lancaster, and the way they got started and the name of their company is so interesting and so cool, so I really recommend you going to their website, which is linked below, to get their story, how they came about. It's very, very cool. They offer a lot of different kinds of tours, including city and country, but the two that caught my eye were the tour and meal with an Amish family, and then the other one was Truly Authentic Lancaster Experience. So these are walking and traveling tours, and I look forward to trying them out in the future. Let me know if you do. I would love to hear about it in the comments below. Okay, the last thing I'm going to recommend you to do in the winter is just enjoy the peace and quiet. This is normally a big draw of Lancaster anyway, but you'll get even more peace and quiet in this off-season. It's not going to be as crowded in the streets or in the shops or in the restaurants. And if you just love to drive around Lancaster County like I do and take in the sights, and you want to come across some covered bridges, I actually have a video linked below that I made a few months ago about how to find them in great detail. Even if it helps you find just a few bridges, I'll be happy. You're probably not going to be surprised to hear me tell you that there is never a bad time to go to Lancaster. It's just a wonderful place all year round. And if you do go, I would love to hear from you. That's one reason I'm creating this channel, to connect with others who love Lancaster. Make sure you check out Discover Lancaster's website because they have constant updates. And actually they have a list of 30 things to do in Lancaster in the winter, so that's more exhaustive obviously than this one. A really big thank you to Discover Lancaster for all their help and information and pictures. They are really definitely one of the biggest informational hubs about all things Lancaster and Amish, and I really appreciate their help with this video. Thanks so much for watching. I would love it if you would like and subscribe. That really supports me because I want to keep doing this. So thank you for the time you gave me today, and I hope you enjoy your next adventure.